Hi, today we're here in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco with Ben Davis, the founder of Illuminate. Of all the people I know in my generation, I think Ben has made the biggest difference to what the city is like. We're very, very fortunate to have you on our show today, Ben. Ben is the founder of Illuminate, which is the installation, the light installation on the Bay Bridge. Fantastic installation. He also did the installation of the Pink Triangle on Twin Peaks and many other projects. Maybe you can describe some of your other projects just for our audience.
I'm happy to, but first let's just get the record straight that while I'm attached to those projects and I'm in service to those projects, they're massive team.
They're massive.
And Leo Villarreal is the artist of the Bay Lights,
oh, yeah.
Bridge, and
amazing
cast of thousands, and bureaucrats and lawyers and technologists and so forth.
Yeah, and maintenance guys, and I mean to keep it all going. It's just amazing. But that's why I love what you do, Ben. You bring people together and you kind of give us all a task, and you make things that seem impossibly complex possible. Even you were talking earlier about your motto.
Yeah. Well, my personal motto is just FindAWay, which is to find. It's really the act of both pursuit and then surrender, retreat. Sometimes you need to pursue a project fully, but other times you get too close and you need to step back. And it's even the path of becoming our true selves as human. You were born into circumstance. I was then born to a family in Boston with certain economic means of wealth and so forth. But then there's this moment like, okay, all those things were sort of assigned to me either by chance or by name. Who am I really? And often to find out who you really are, you need to find a way from the influences that sort of informed you, and then find a way to become who you are. So there's this really beautiful energy in those 8 letters, FindAWay.
Yeah, I love it. I'm going to instantly go home today and make a few hashtags on FindAWay.
And in terms of Illuminate, the mission statement of the organization is actually Illuminate rallies large groups of people together to create impossible works of public art that through awe, AWE, free humanity better nature. So while I have in some ways been swept up into this, and I don't even feel conscious in all the choices that are being made, I realize partway through that my job is to get people to come together, to lift their chin and to introduce to the light together, and to free their better nature, which is very much a spiritual calling.
Yeah, it is, and the reason I just needed to talk to you is you've talked about making San Francisco the city of awe, just in the way that Paris is the city of lights. And you had this vision of San Francisco being the city of awe. And I wonder if you can talk a little bit about what awe is, and then how you see us moving in that direction, because it's of profound spiritual importance, I think.
Well, awe really is, it's some combination of beauty and terror, really, when it comes down to it. It fills us in a way, but it also brings us into the space of humility. We're in the presence of something greater and larger than ourselves. We're in a greater consciousness. We're in whatever it is, and so it makes us all become a little more human. And when a piece is magnificent enough, and I've been lucky enough to be attached to projects like the Bay Lights, I think they do bring this sense of awe, where it doesn't make a difference who you are. It's like you're at the edge of the Grand Canyon, and you just want to reach out and hold the hand of the person next to you. It doesn't matter. And it's very interesting as I was reading about cities and night skies and so forth. If in a perfectly dark sky you can see about 25,000 stars, and that just happens to be the number of lights on the side of the Bay Bridge.
Oh, that's
coincidentally,
great.
I learned it after the fact.
I love that.
But it reminded me that what is possible in the built environment, which has in many ways been stripped of the awe of nature, you no longer see a night sky. The rivers aren't, the waterfalls aren't moving through. The light has changed. Things have been parcelized into blocks and squares. Is that we've lost that sense of daily awe or quotidian awe. So I really love the idea of working to create a series of large-scale art installations that help restore that sense of daily awe into our lives. Because I think we're a higher functioning society. We're full of altruism, humility, and care and concern for each other when we've been melted into that space. And so Illuminate's projects, the Bay Lights on the side of the Bay Bridge, the Pink Triangle project up in Twin Peaks, where we partnered with Patrick Carney, who's been doing it in canvas for 25 years, but during COVID couldn't, and turned that instead to an acre of light on the side of Twin Peaks. And now it's extending instead of the Pride Weekend to all of Pride Month. It's this beacon, this reminder that Pride Month is on us. And, it's a complex symbol.
Yes, for sure.
It has a Jewish origin.
Exactly.
But it's very interesting to see the evolution of the symbol from fear and isolation through the crucible of rage, an act of ignorance, to this moment of reappropriation of that which marked us, but that we now reclaim as a matter of pride, to this highest point almost of just love and pleasure. And it's I feel swept up into being part of that journey and have it happen here in our amazing San Francisco.
One of my favorite things is I love, you're one of my favorite preachers, because when you present before Grace Light, which is your installation of this incredible projector 100 feet above the labyrinth on the ground floor, people lying down, looking up through that beautiful tunnel of multicolored light with the beautiful soundtrack that you connected to it. I love the way that you prepare people for that. What is your most important advice in terms of helping prepare people or making them more receptive to having an experience of awe?
I think, that's a really great question. I guess awe is available to us all the time.
Yeah.
It's really about being present. It's about stripping away other things and just moving inward. Actually, this is great. This is if I can be a preacher for a moment.
Yeah, you are. You're one of my favorite. You are one of my favorite preachers.
I'm learning this stuff as I go along.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, I know all wisdom is ancient. There's nothing new, but it's all new to me. And sometimes we find new ways to bring it back into the world in which we are living now. Because sometimes it's thousands of years old. But I often subscribe to what I call the law of inverse focus. If you want to know how to change the world around yourself, go within. It's obvious stuff. If you want to know how to predict or understand what may happen in the future, just law of inverse focus. Turn the other direction and study the past. See what's happened before, because it's a great indicator of what's going to happen in the future. And on this sort of list of how do you create change and transformation. It's always just look the opposite direction. So Grace Light is, first of all, thank you to your organization, to Grace Cathedral, for the openness. That's a project I feel proud of all of us. The artist George Lysiadis and this vision that was very site specific, always born from the first moment with the cathedral and the space that it's in mind. And your organization's openness to letting us try something that had never been tried before, and to stay with us for 2 years as we figured out how to make this thing not just work, but work beautifully. And then the power of that experience it exists only here in San Francisco, only in Grace Cathedral, only on the Monday night, only when it's half hour past sunset,
only during winter.
The cathedral, only there's a lot of consideration, so it's a very limited experience that we're able to share with people. But it's so powerful and has so much integrity every single person. But you don't really need to prepare people too much. Because it's going to work its magic the way awe does. A sunset is a sunset. That's all there is to it. You can either pay attention or not. Sometimes it grabs you, and sometimes you're still stuck in the world. But everyone who's there has made the time to be there. You're forced to put away your phone, which it's hard to imagine how pervasive that influence is in our lives. It's an habitual so it just creates a disruption. And a lot of these things are about creating constructive disruptions. The area that we're sitting right now, this is in the middle of Golden Gate Park, in an area where people were going too fast on their bicycles after cars and things like this road. And we just wanted to create a joyful reminder that you're in a different environment. So all of it's about creating, I think, moments of beauty and permission to be our best selves, and moments that we let you see what's already there with such clarity that it feels new or unforgettable for the rest of your life.
Well, Ben, thank you so much. I didn't warn Ben ahead of time that we were going to be doing this. You're so great to be ready anytime. But my name is Malcolm Clemens Young. I'm the Dean of Grace Cathedral in San Francisco, California. Thanks for watching More Good News.